Hello and welcome to Art Believers. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday evening. This is Pierson. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you are watching 300 Days of Drawing, and it is day 275. It's a Sunday, and today we're going to be working on we're going to work on a cactus. Keeping it simple today. I want to blitz through it today. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin today's drawing. All right, let's see here. Let's get our brush, press B. There we go. That's what we want. Let's get my brushes out. Let's move to this. That's what we want. And now let's press G. And we did a green last time. Let's do like let's do a yellow. Let's don't do that yellow. Let's don't do that. Let's do that color. That's a good color. And let's do another shape. I've been doing a lot of circles today. We're just going to do some circles here. I'm going to start out with the center here. Do a circle, press shift, do another circle, press shift, do another circle, press shift. And then let's do a circle coming off the paper like this, press shift. And another circle coming off the paper, press shift. And do another circle coming off the paper on the bottom here, press shift. And for a good measure, let's do one right here and then right here. And let's do a few little small circles right here. Just for good measure. And then maybe have a circle like that. There we go. And do some small circles right here for this. Okay. And there we go. And that's the shape. We're going to press G. We're going to do the opposite color, the complementary color of this one. So it's going to be like a yellow. No, it's going to be a blue. Sorry. It's going to be a blue. There's our color. And we deselect. And I'm not too worried about this at this point. Like, I'm not too worried that if it's not going to be predominantly blue. That's okay. That's okay for this, where I'm at here. And I like to kind of mess around with this. So I lock the pixels. I'm going to lock the background color. I'm going to leave the background color like this because I typically have this issue about like just overthinking it. Anyway, it's going to do this here. All right, and press B. We're going to do something like this. There we go. That's what we want. A little bit like a purple. Maybe do like a purple. Oops. Like that. Do another purple, kind of doing a maybe a little zigzag. No, too thin or too big. Let's do a zigzag. No, we won't do that. I will do that. Why not? We'll leave it like that, and then we're gonna do some bright orange or yellow. Yeah, we'll do that. Like an orange or a yellow. Something. There we go. And we're just going to play around with this, okay? Got some things I want to fiddle around and kind of see how I like it. Yeah, I'll do something like that. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I just kind of like throw colors in there, and whatever I feel like doing, I just kind of do. It's always like very high chroma, highly saturated colors. I like colors. I like to exaggerate. I like to have all these little colors here, just for fun. And I know it's not even that random. It's kind of like I'm just moving around the color wheel and just kind of like putting stuff there. And I'll tweak it from here to there. It's also very luck. It's a lot. There's not very luck. It's a lot of luck that's happening here. Like, ooh, that's kind of nice. Like that little swoosh there, a little swoosh. I think I might want a little bit more vivid. What's this color? add a vivid, there we go, something like right underneath. There we, I'm trying to get the right curve. There we go. Like it's just a very bright color and another bright color, but just a line like that. And now time for some dark tones. Something like that might be cool to have. Maybe have another one, and then this time have like a black kind of do, like maybe a black doing like a black tone doing something like right here, and then I like to have certain areas kind of just, there we go, and maybe and leave it like that. That's fine, and that's cool. Like that's a cool little abstract shape type of thing, and I think that's done for that. We're done with that. Background, lock the background. Now I'm going to remove that because I need to work on the drawing itself. So we're going to basically make a very generic cactus. This week's going to be generic cactus week. It's what you see me do forever and ever and ever. So it's going to be that generic shape that I've been doing forever. Simply because it's a very good, very simple one to do, and I've gotten very good at it. And or at least I think I've gotten very good at it. Jeez, look at all those lines. Can I do something like this? There we go. I'm going to have to scale this down. Something like that will be good. I think something like that. And then right here, do another one kind of curved like that. And I think that's good. And we're going to do like a very like a small little pot. Let's do a small pot for this one. Like it's just kind of a very narrow little pot. It's just a very short pot, barely holding it, like very short to the ground pot for this. Like I don't ever do ones like this. So we're going to do one that has like a short pot here. Kind of bring that down just a little bit. Maybe move this out farther to the left side. And there we go. So that's our shape here. We're going to put it in the center. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom. Now we're going to work on the color of the pot. Actually, we're just going to leave it at that color. Or I'll leave it at that. What am I going to leave it at? Scale. So this one's different than a lot of my other shapes because a lot of the previous ones, they have been very, I've always done like these very big rectangular boxes or pots for my cactuses. But since the cactus itself is rather large in comparison, we're going to have like this, like just small little stand. Like you ever buy those plants at stores and they have like this pot that's holding it, and it's not, the base isn't big enough to hold it, and it's always falling over. It's going to be like that for this one. Like you're going to have this pot, you're like, how is it even staying up? It's like always going to fall over. Why would you buy this plant if you know it's going to be falling over every 5 seconds? So that's what this one's going to be. It's going to be like a comically small spot area for the pot to kind of, let's see here, line work. Comically small area for the there we go. So what I did is I did the magic wand. I selected it because I want to make sure I don't have any like areas on that layer that are kind of just hanging out. Right? Sometimes there's little spots that I can't see, like a little bit. There might be an area of brown like color that I missed in erasing. So I do that sometimes to double check to make sure I got all of it. All right, so now I got to do line work. Now I'm going to do B for baller. Oops. There you go. Now, very quickly, do the cactus here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the lines. I'm going to go over the edges a little bit with the hard edge brush because that's going to leave like a softer edge around some of my cactus here. And that's just like a little trick that I've been doing to kind of speed up things. Because normally what I'll do is I'll kind of go around, I'll fill up these areas and I'll erase the remainder. But that's a little too long. Like that takes so much time. So doing this is actually a little bit quicker, actually, especially how easy or how simplistic I've made these cactuses. So as you can see right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hard edge brush, and as you can see, it kind of has that kind of transparency. So I'm going to add a little bit of that transparency on some of my edges here. And that's going to make for a just a little bit more interesting edges for my cactus here. It makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more dynamic. It's not going to make or break the drawing. It's not going to change it a lot, but it's definitely going to make it a little bit. It's just going to change the aesthetic, and I just want that like simple soft edge. You can kind of see a little bit of the softness that's occurring by adding that edge here, a little bit here and there. That's what I'm looking for, is like this inconsistency on the edge here. Something like that. So like that. There you go. And I think that'll do. Another thing that I've been doing is on the pot itself. I've been erasing the edge, like this area, using the hard edge to kind of give some semi-transparent edging. So as you can see, I'm making it a little bit more inconsistent. Just making a little bit more like it's weathered. Adding some chips, pretending like it's a clay pot, and that's what I've been doing, adding a little bit of chips here and there to kind of make it feel less like rigid, make it more organic. Right there we go, easy peasy. Look at that. Zoom out, and that's it. I like to add the background. Whoa, that's some intense color there. That is intense color. Woo, I like it. That's what I like about that. Is give that some intense pop. I almost don't even like the yellow in the background, but I'm going to leave it because I don't want to backtrack my drawing. When you're doing these drawings, it's very easy to kind of like dial it back. So I'm not always having this analysis paralysis occurring. I just simply will leave the background like this and assume that all my choices are fine. So here we go. Now I'm going to use the handy dandy texture brush that I love to use. There we go. And take this, and we're going to make a darker side, make this edge dark like this. Just make it really dark, not really dark, but it's kind of scumble it around like this. Let's kind of do something like this. There we go. Kind of do a lot of color testing of the area using the eyedrop tool, or the eyedrop. Is it eyedrop? Isn't it an eyedrop tool? It looks like an eyedrop tool. Just kind of adding tones here. Just making the brown area feel a little bit different. Just add a little bit more variety to it. There we go. Something like that might be good. And then we're going to add another layer on top of that. Just going really quickly, not really worrying too much about it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit right here and just add a top like this really quickly. There's not even going to be bevel. There's not even going to be a drop between the sand and the top of the pot. We're just going to imagine that the sand is level with the pot, the top of the pot, just for simplicity's sake. So I'm not having to add an extra like another area of depth within my drawing. So I just kind of do that, just kind of make it easier on me. You know, I like to keep it easy on certain days. I like to keep it easy certain days, and weekdays are kind of the days on my live stream, like uh on my live stream queue, where I just kind of dial it back. I kind of put it. I go, instead of doing a 10 or an 8 or 10, I'm doing like a 5 to the 8. I'm doing like a 4. With difficulty. I'm just kind of dialing it back, make it easy on me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like we all deserve breaks, and this is like Sundays and Saturdays are like my break days for like doing these cactus drawings or these live streams. They're like they're like my light days, so I don't have to like worry about, oh, is this going to be the greatest drawing in the world? No, we're not going to worry about that. And maybe add a little bit of this right here. I think that was good. There you go. I might want to make this area brighter right here. Just kind of brighten this up. Maybe a little bit more brighter, kind of like scumble some tone right here. Maybe scumble, scumble a little bit right here. Scumble some right here. There you go. Now, one thing I'm gonna do now is we're gonna add like this trim. I've been doing a lot of like adding like a trim here, just a little bit. This is something I've been playing around with, as if like this is okay, I lied. We're gonna add just a small little area to kind of give the impression that it is sunk down just a smidge. I lied. I lied to you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just changing up my mind. I'm changing my mind on the whim, and that's what art should be about. You should be able to. You should be able to not. You should be able to like change the idea whenever you see fit. And that's the beauty of it, to be able to kind of just change it from time to time. You know. There's nothing wrong with changing your idea if you don't like where it's going. And we often kind of lose sight of that. There we go. And I'm going to add like some bright trim right here. And just like right here, I'm going to make it add like a little dark line. And add a little dark line here, some maybe even darker than that. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Now we zoom out real quick to see if we like that pot. Look at that pot. That's a nice little pot. Probably spent a little bit too much time on it, but that's fine. We're good. We're good. And let's, on a new layer. I love doing this. I always love adding a little bit of like color on the edge, and I always feel like I always imagine like as if there's a light source underneath the pot, because the pot's floating in space. It's floating in space. I imagine there's a light underneath it, and the light's curling around it. Almost like the blue light on my left side of my cheek or my shoulder is kind of happening. So add a little bit of this like ultra vivid light right here. Something like that. Just add. There's no reason why I'm doing it. Just something I've been doing, and I just kind of like the effect that it has. I don't really think it's I don't know if it is I don't know if it's like a great trick, but it's definitely something I've been enjoying doing, and I've been doing it a lot lately. So something like that. That's kind of fun. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Now we're going to go to the sand. I know I spent a little bit too much time on this, but who cares? We got the sand, and just keep it easy. Lock the pixels, kind of zoom in a little bit. Like that. Maybe make it a little brighter right here, and then a little darker right here, and all kinds of stuff. Like that, and oh boy. Oh boy. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think that might be good. Oops, that's a little too orange. And then maybe I'll have, let's add some cool blue in there. Let's add a little bit like a blue. It's kind of scumble. See, scumble. Look at that. There's a little bit of blue there. Let's scumble some blue on there. Not, that's too much. And then maybe like some dark blue. So like a little bit dark blue, like right here. There we go. Just a little bit of touch, a little color touch there to kind of work with this blue right here. All right, so that is done. We'll lock that layer, and we'll take this, and we'll lock that layer. Call it, and then now we're on to the last and not least area, which is this cactus. But I'm going to keep it simple. I don't like these overly complex drawings. Just can't do it. Just want to keep a simple, easy peasy cactus. You know, I actually might have to make the cactus. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And like some dark tone here, a little dark tone here, dark tone here. There we go. And now we're just gonna go at it. We're gonna use the texture brush and just kind of go at it really quickly. Don't really think. Hopefully, I want to kind of have the cactus done around the 28-minute mark. So, or the initial cactus colors done around the 28-minute mark, so that I can kind of just work on the adding the thorns. So my goal is to get these cactuses done in a 30-minute period, and so I have to kind of really just go at it and not really worry about whether or not what I'm doing is the perfect like strategy, and just kind of let it flow, let it flow. And we often when you're doing these drawings, there's this like this like notion of like, oh, we got to make the best cactus ever, or best whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a cactus, obviously. The best drawing ever. This is a common theme that I talk about always, is like this notion of like, we got to have it. It's got to be like, so it's got to be perfect and all this other silly stuff. And really those standards are all kind of like, I think they're kind of moot in general, but I think it's we kind of put these standards on ourselves to kind of make excuses sometimes to not actually making work. Because sometimes we want the thing to be so perfect that we're not even making the work, because we're worried about making this fantastical piece, and we're losing the actual creation of the work. And that's a shame, really. We're not working. We're just thinking about the idea. And so that's why I just kind of do these cactuses, because it keeps me working, and it allows me to make a piece. Now, you may be like, why have you done so many cactuses? Like, well, it's something. I'm not like a fan of drawing cactuses. Actually, if you asked me before, like 5 years ago, I would be the opposite. I've been like, you're gonna be drawing cactuses, and I'd be like, no, I would never see myself drawing cactuses. But I find just the process of doing this is just nice. It's pleasant. It's a nice little thing, and I enjoy the process of seeing it come to fruition so quickly. Now, I do my own other drawings outside of these, but these are the drawings I kind of do just consistently so that I can kind of maintain some sort of output, because my other drawings and stuff are either done as my sketchbook, and they're just kind of like there to just to kind of do things. But I do these here because it like maintains a kind of production. Like I'm actually producing something, and it's good to have a consistent like like production practice, or the practice of making something every day. And I mean literally every day, not like make a drawing every 3 days or every 2 days or once a week. I mean making something every day that could be considered a finished piece. And there's something about that. So I've been trying to do a finished cactus piece every day for a while now. Sometimes two a day. It all depends on my schedule. So like what I'm thinking, I think I'm going to be doing is, if I miss a day, my morning when I usually do my cactuses, if I miss that morning, I will be doing a live stream to make up that cactus that I missed that morning. So I'm going to have there will be days where I do draw a cactus, and it's not because I want to, or like it's part of the like drawing queue. It's because I missed it through like that day, and I'm just trying to catch up, you know. And so we're getting close to that time. I'm gonna give me a few more like brush strokes here, like that, and let's add some of this here. I've been adding a little bit of blue, maybe a little blue right here, some like blue here, and then maybe some teal here, and then kind of like mix them together. Like that, kind of do something like that, kind of add a little bit. There you go. Just kind of adding stuff like that. There we go. So notice how that blue kind of adds a little bit more dynamic appeal. And so add some of that teal here, some of that nice teal color. Maybe add some of that teal right here. I'm not blending it. I'm just color swabbing it, color testing it, and then kind of blending it, like mixing it together using the implicit texture, the way that the texture brush blends. So I think I'm done here. Maybe add a little bit more darker tone right here. And then I think I'm done. Now it's just time to go add my thorns. The reason why I'm saying I'm done is because I know it's going to take me a little bit of while to do the thorns, and I don't really want to keep working on this. As I said before, I'm trying to have a tight 30-minute drawing, and if I keep like thinking about, or if I keep fiddling around with this, it's going to get better. But I don't necessarily think it's going to be like a lot better, you know. So we're going to use this is something I don't normally do. I don't normally use really the really big brush, or the I don't normally use this size brush for my thorns. It's normally around 10 to 12 pixels for this specific brush setting. So we're going 15 pixels. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to kind of change it up a little bit, have thicker thorns for this one. I do feel like I'm kind of getting a little crazy with the amount of thorns, but I can't really fix that now. I guess I could erase some of them, but at this point, I don't want to be overly like nitpicky about it, because it's one of those things where if you're doing that, then you're going to constantly question yourself. And when I do these cactus drawings, I don't want to be in this state of mind where I'm like, is this the right amount of thorns? I don't want to be that way. And that's with any drawing, really. I don't want to overthink it, because when you start overthinking it, I have this problem a lot when I do figure drawing or works that are really that I'm trying to improve, or with a type of drawing, or with certain types of drawing that I'm trying to improve upon. Where I overthink it, and when I'm overthinking it, I actually slow down and I make more mistakes because I'm over analyzing the situation, when really I have enough like experience with the subject, that I can do it and still learn, without overcomplicating the concept, or like the style of drawing. So sometimes when I'm doing figure drawing, I'm being overly critical of something, and I find that the drawing is suffering because of it, you know, and that's because I'm over analyzing and just being dumb, really. It's, and that's fine too. Like, we're human, and it's like it's good that like it's okay to make those type of mistakes, or to be aware, to make those mistakes. But the thing is, you want to be aware that you're doing that, right? So, I make those mistakes often, all the time, to a fault, and that's okay, because I know that I'm doing it, and as long as I'm recognizing it and trying to be mindful of it, I think I get like a pass, or at least I think. Well, maybe I don't get a pass. Who knows? So I'm almost done. Just adding some thorns here. So this is going to be the type of cactus I'm going to do this week. If I'm in a pinch on certain days during the week, as I said, I do a cactus. But I have some plans this week. I'm thinking. I'm not thinking. I'm going to be doing this. I've always wanted to do it, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a live stream where I basically uh, draw a comic book, like a web comic or an e-comic, whatever you call it. And if I get enough people to watch, I think it'd be kind of cool that the viewers will kind of like write the story. Like they will tell me what they want the character to do next. I think that'd be kind of a cool concept. And then maybe I'll self-publish it, and then like I could give everyone that like contributed um credit or something, or some sort of like, I don't know, something. Maybe they can receive a free issue, a free JPEG file, free file, like the file. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I anticipate doing that like for like 4 days a week, and then like I want to do one day where I do a cactus. I want to do one day where I do like figure drawing studies, like I've been doing in the past, and I want to do something like that. So I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I have some ideas, and we'll see. So I'm going to do something different. We're gonna sign this differently than I normally do. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this, and we're going to use a different brush, and we're going to use, let's see, oh no, we don't want that. One second, I'm trying to figure out where I am. I'm trying to figure out like what like all right. Let's do something right here. Let's delete that layer, and then we're going to add another layer, and we're going to signature, label it, name change, and we're gonna make it what we do, color burn. Yeah, so something like color burn or we'll see what happens. We're gonna take this. Stop it. Where we go. And then we're going to do like blue. Zoom in using what brush is this? All right, that brush. 8 pixels. Zoom in right here. I'm going to go and type in TMP 21. What number is this? Number 120. 0. The reason why I'm labeling it like this is it 0? Should it be 0, 0? We're going to do 0, 120. 120. The reason why is I want to do 1,000 of these at least. And that'll be pretty beast if I can do 1,000 of these. That's super beast mode right there. And then go day 275. And then let's see here. Let's play around with the so we're using dissolve. I'm just playing around with the layer modes. This is multiply, this is color burn, this is linear dodge, this is darken, this is screen lighten, this is screen, this is color dodge, this is light, this is overlay, this is soft light, this is hard light, this is vivid light, this is linear light, this is pin light, this is hard mix, this is difference, exclusion, subtract, divide, hue, saturation, luminosity, color, luminosity. We'll just leave it like that. We'll leave it at blue. And we'll zoom out and see what that looks like from afar. No, what'd you do? No, I didn't do that. Stop that. There we go. And lock it. Zoom out. Zoom, 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 zoom. There we go. Whew. That is good. That was a good, fast drawing. I'm not going to lie. I think this is pretty good. I'm liking doing the circles, and then doing the whirl swirly shapes. It's really neat to see how my cactus drawings have evolved since I've started doing these, because each one is not necessarily it's not like each one's better than a previous one, but there's certain things that are a little bit more clever, a little bit more skilled to them. Like there's definite improvement, either in a few things. Either I'm getting faster at it, or I'm learning how to kind of use that brush more intellectually. So the brush that I've been using has a certain type of texture to it, and with each preceding cactus drawing, there's a little bit more skill involved, or a little bit more skill that I learned from the previous one just by using it over and over. So I'm getting really good at using this brush. Anyways, that is it for the day. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream. This is Pierson. I am the #1 live art streamer in the world. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. Also, if you feel like it, don't forget to watch me tomorrow. I'm going to start my first live comic drawing, and I have some ideas from using some old characters that I used to draw when I was younger, and I always wanted to make a comic out of them. And I think it'd be kind of fun to start it now. And I have some ideas on how to at least do the first page, and then we're going to see what happens after I do that one. So, hope you have a wonderful night. This is Pierson. Cheers. Bye-bye, true art believers.